In this demo video, we will show you how you can easily set up virtual desktops in a Becloud vDatacenter. My name is Steven de Winter and I'm together with my colleague Sylvia Bottier, Product Manager of the Becloud vDatacenter Solutions. The video will take approximately 6 minutes and we will show you step by step on how to do this easy setup. The first step on setting up virtual desktops in vDatacenter is the creation of the virtual desktops itself. This can be done via the Windows Desktop tab, and by clicking on it you will see that you get a link saying Add Windows Desktops. This will open the Solutions catalog, and as you will notice, the Solutions catalog has a little bit changed since the previous release, and you have now different categories. It's important that you, if you want to set up desktops, that you go to the desktop category and select one of the desktop images over there. To create a desktop is very simple. You click Configure, you give the desktop a name. That's the name that will be visible in the GUI, and you give it the descriptions. For now, you don't need to press any other button in this configuration. We will show you later on for what they are used. For the purpose of this demo, we will create multiple desktops and we will also create multiple users. So here I'm creating the second desktop, and I will also create a third one which will be used later on in the demo. So the second step is you have to create a broker. How do you create the broker? The broker can be created again via the Windows Desktop tab. And you will see that there is a button called Enable the HTTP access. Here you can make a choice between a 25 user connection or a 50 user connection. Normally with 25 users would be sufficient. By enabling this, you will allow the desktops not only to be visible or accessible via RDP, but also via the web. The next step is creating the users. This can be done via the built-in group and user menu. So we recommend that you first create a group. So in this example, I'll create the group My Users, and I've given them the permissions of end users. End users can start, stop machines, but they cannot create or delete them. Once you have created the group, you can create as many users as you want. The only thing needed to create a user is the email address. The system will automatically send an email to that user to complete registration. So the user himself can set a password and can give him his correct name. The next step is once you have created the desktops, the broker and the users, that you start the machines. Starting the machines can be done on two places, or you start them as I'm doing here in the instruction video via the Windows Desktop tab, or you can also start them from in the Networks tab, because there you also get an overview of all your machines. Next step is to specify which users can have access to which desktop. This can again be done in the Windows Desktop tab, and for doing that you need to specify per desktop who can access it. So you can do a full group, or you can add user per user. For this demo purpose, I'm just activating the group of 5 users on any desktop, but you can make it as granular as you want. Voilà. So by doing this, now all the 5 users have access to the 3 desktops. The last remaining task before we can connect is to configure per desktop if you want to make it available only via RDP or only via web or via both. For doing that, you need to edit the desktop and say per type how you want to connect. So if you want RDP, you say yes, and then you can, for example, say for this one I don't want HTTP access. HTTP access is actually a web console that works over HTML5, so you could access that desktop via any device like a tablet or even a smartphone. You don't need an RDP client. The third desktop, I'll configure both protocols active. So now you will see that for desktop 1 and 3 I have both available, and for desktop 2 only the RDP. Now the next step is that the customer can log in with his username and password onto the vDatacenter. If he goes to the Windows desktop tab, he will see the machines he has access to, and he can click on the appropriate icon. So here we are now starting up an RDP session, voila, and the user can log in with his user name, which is the email address you specified, and the password he has selected himself. A few minutes later, the desktop will open, and as you will see, it's a Windows 8 lookalike desktop. For the web console, it's a little bit similar. The user logs in to the vDatacenter, and he clicks on the other icon. The console, the desktop will open in the browser itself, and you can again log in. Important to know is that you need, of course, a browser that is HTML5 compatible, and your network infrastructure also needs to allow proxying of such protocols. Voilà. And the user is also logged in. We have some documentation on how to connect to a console on our website in case of any problems. Yeah. So in summary, how do you configure desktops in vDatacenter? As an admin, you create the desktops, you create users, you enable the access on the correct machines. And as an end user, again, you log in onto the vDatacenter, you go to the Windows desktop tab, and there you get an overview of the machines you can start with the appropriate protocols. I thank you for your attention. If you would have any more questions, you can reach us via our website becloud.be or via info@becloud.be.